Today is the 26th of November 2023, and I'm going to be making my weekly prediction for Tesla. As usual, we'll go over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts, and then I'll give my summary of the Tesla's prediction. And before getting into this video, it's important to make the disclaimer that all information is completely educational, and therefore it's important to conduct your own analysis before entering any position in the market. This is to avoid unnecessary risks and losses that can simply be avoided and managed by conducting your own analysis. But now we have that out of the way, let's get into this video. So monthly charts, we can immediately see that from July to October, we had just 4 months of indecisiveness and then 1 month of just bearish movement. But since I was monitoring all these months, I know that last month, which was the month of October, it was pretty flat. But then because of the Tesla reports, the market just crashed for 2 weeks, and that's caused a huge spike in bearish movement. But obviously, we have to still take that into consideration. And we can see that this month, currently, the month of November, is quite bullish. We can see that there's a possibility that it forms an inside bar, or if the price action goes far enough, then we might just have a belt hold or a tweezer. But that we have yet to see since the month hasn't closed. We can see that the volume is pretty steady. Of course, after this week, it should be on par with some of these values of volume. And we can see the RSI had gone down, and now spiked back up because of this price movement. But other than that, the monthly charts doesn't give us much. So we will go into the weekly charts to see some of this price action in more detail. As usual, Tesla's price action is really erratic. We can see that this was around the week where the price crashed, and then we had just spinning tops, slightly hammerish candles, but still nothing decisive. And then we had this doji candle this week. And you can see the RSI and the average are moving parallelly now. And there isn't any real signal that we can get from Tesla. So there is the problem that we have. So we are going to be, again, more conservative this week. We're going to take the high of this candle, which is at 244.01. And this support here at 227.28. as a support, and we have the resistance as the high of the candle. And because of this wider range, it's pretty much to ensure that the price doesn't just erratically gap or spike somewhere and then come back down or come back up, which will cause very serious losses. So we are going to be more conservative this week. And also just to notice, we can see that the volume went down quite heavily this week as well. So that is something to keep into consideration. That's mostly because of Thanksgiving. But regardless, we are going to be a little bit safe. Now, we can see that if we head to the daily charts and see some of this price action in more detail, we might get a better insight. Now, we see that the price action is actually in a consolidation. And I did mention towards this week that because the price is so close to the Bollinger Bands, there's a good possibility that it comes back down. And we can see this since there is pretty much a sideways trend and the volume is slowly declining. So we have to wait for the start of this week to see what really happens, which is why we've set the range to be a lot more conservative. And therefore, we don't gain much from the daily charts other than the fact that we do need a break of a resistance or support to get a concrete direction for Tesla, which as of now we don't have. And RSI as well is still going upwards along with its average. So there is a higher possibility that the market does go upwards, which is why the resistance is closer to the spot price in the hopes that the market continues to go up, and also because Tesla just announced news that they are going to be entering a new market, which is in India, there is a possibility that there could be some bullish sentiment from that as well, which is why I've kept the resistance a little bit closer to be able to capitalize as much as possible. But on that note, I would like to conclude this video, and of course, we have mentioned the resistance and support, which is what we will be sticking with, and whichever direction that the price breaks in is where my prediction lies. But as of now, that's all, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Enjoy.